Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you perspective from an XRP chart analyst who says, and I quote, "I am expecting to see 20x." And he means, by the way, he means that at a minimum. And also there's this headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP price outperforms crypto markets as open interest holds at $540 million. And so as I've been saying, especially in recent videos, I've been saying it a fair bit, eventually XRP finds a bottom. Now, based on this price activity in recent days, when we saw the bottom, the XRP specifically priced against a Bitcoin, that might have been it on April 13th. Don't know for sure, but it's behaving as though it really actually possibly could be. So we'll find out together. Now, of course, if you're talking about the bottom in terms of USD, well, that happened almost 2 years ago. That was June of 2022 when it got down to 28 cents. That was the cycle low. It only got down to 28 cents, and it was a very brief moment in history. It's been trending up for 2 years. So people like to crap on XRP. It's been appreciating against the dollar for 2 years straight, just about. And so the reason the people are sour, though, is because comparison is the thief of joy. That's what it is. Comparing XRP to other coins that have already popped, like Solana has gone crazy. That was the one that people started really comparing it to several months ago. Yeah, I get that, but it's not useful or helpful to think about it in such terms because cryptocurrencies will pop at different times and you don't control when it happens. Either you have exposure when it happens or you don't, and that's what matters, is having the exposure before it happens, not FOMOing into stuff. And so to think that the coins that haven't gone, those are the bad coins, is the exact wrong way to look at this. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so here is a post from Ki-Young Zhu, and he's the founder and CEO of CryptoQuant, and he wrote the following. Bitcoin whales accumulated 47,000 Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. We're entering a new era. Okay, this metric I love tracking. This is interesting. So the question as to whether or not we found the bottom, although you can't tell for sure based on this, the whales are smarter money than the typical lemming retail speculators. I think we'd probably all agree on that, right? Generally speaking. Sure, there can be some idiot rich people, but broadly speaking, if you have those type of funds, you're not going to have them very long if you're an actual idiot. But the typical lemming retail speculators, man, they get stopped out all the time. They play with leverage, make important financial decisions based on their feels. Very, very stupid. Obviously stupid. STOOPID, stupid. So the fact that whales are buying here, while it doesn't mean with certainty that the bottom is in this most recent drop, but they think there's a good chance that it is, and even if not, it's close enough. So even if we do drop to $52,000 for Bitcoin, as some think is probable, though not everybody, their attitude here would obviously be, so what? And they'd hold. And they wouldn't sell at a loss because they behave differently than the typical lemming retail speculator. So I'm just sharing with you. If you're wondering directionally what we're going to do, we don't know for sure. This is a metric to look at that is valuable. They've been accumulating, including over the last 24 hours, as Bitcoin got, well, even a little over 24 hours ago, it was down to 56,000 and something, right? And amazingly, XRP really, that's when XRP was really outperforming. I mean, I know, against the dollar, it was only up a few percent, but my God. The other day, I looked at XRP against Bitcoin. It was up 8% over the same time period. In less than a day. That was over a span of 8 hours, 10, 12 hours, whatever it was. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So maybe the bottom actually isn't for XRP. More on that in a second here. But here's an anecdotal incident that I just found. I find this behavior of this particular account to be fascinating. I haven't, maybe I've talked about it in the past a long time ago, but if so, it would have been a really long time. But I read about this all the time, and I think you'll find it interesting, and then we'll get right into the XRP stuff. But check this out from Cointelegraph. Mr. 100 buys the Bitcoin dip for the first time since halving. Is the Bitcoin bottom in? Excuse me. The Bitcoin whale entity nicknamed Mr. 100 has bought the Bitcoin dip for the first time since the Bitcoin halving. Meanwhile, multiple market analysts suggest that the local Bitcoin bottom may be in as the price bounces from $56,000 lows. The Mr. 100 whale wallet has added over 4,100 Bitcoin worth over $242 million around the $58,000 mark, according to on-chain data from BitInfo charts, as noticed by ex-user HODL15 Capital. And so, my friends, yes, I understand it's an anecdotal incident. This is a massive account, one of the biggest in the entire world. But this is happening in conjunction with what I just highlighted a moment ago. The last 24 hours, all sorts of whales have been purchasing Bitcoin. Piece continues. This represents the wallet's first Bitcoin purchases since April 19th, the day before the 2024 Bitcoin halving. The given whale address has been continually receiving Bitcoin since November 2022. By the way, folks, that was the market low. Remember the FTX collapse? What do I keep saying? The splishy, splashy whales out there getting aquatic AF. They are not the dumb money, broadly speaking. The lemming retail speculators, they're the dumb money. And because the dumb money exists, people like us who are in the know, we can just not behave like those idiots and we get our life-changing wealth. But we need them to be actual idiots. And it's not that I want them to lose money. I'm not that cruel. I'm observing that they make stupid decisions and then I behave differently. That's what I'm doing. Piece continues. The given whale address has been continually receiving Bitcoin since November 2022. When the FTX exchange collapsed, the wallet has been adding at least 100 Bitcoin nearly every day since February 14th, except for the post-halving period. Mr. 100 is currently the 12th largest Bitcoin holder with over 65,155 Bitcoin, according to BitInfo charts. This address is sitting on $1.4 billion in unrealized profit, up around 33% on its all-time Bitcoin holdings, with an average buying price of $36,572 per Bitcoin. The wallet is currently worth over $3.86 billion. And so there's a lesson in this. There's a reason I'm highlighting this in my latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. The behavior is what matters. The behavior is different than the typical investor. The typical investor is a damn fool. Don't be like a typical investor. Here's a post from chart analyst Matthew Highland. Bitcoin move looming as 3-day Bollinger Bands constrict. And so I've been highlighting what's been happening with XRP Bollinger Bands recently. I'm not going to highlight that again in this video, but if you've been paying attention, you know that it's poised for a massive, explosive move. It can be up or down, but in a bull market like this, I'm going to guess it's to the upside. But just pointing out that what Matthew Highland here is sharing is the Bollinger Band situation with Bitcoin. There's going to be another move. You can see how tight it is, and it's starting to maybe break a little bit. It's coming. So the question is up or down. We're going to find out together. Not everybody agrees. Here's a post from Santiment talking about XRP. XRP Ledger has been seeing an abundance of dormant tokens moving to open up May. Our token age consumed metric indicates that this was a remarkably similar spike in old coins being moved compared to the April 13th spike, just before markets tanked and XRP dropped 16% in value. This time around, however, there is an argument that this old coin movement is related to potential buy-the-dip interest from key stakeholders, and prices have been climbing mildly since this May spike occurred. Also, keep in mind the increasing open interest on exchanges, which has just reached a 3-week high. So again, another thing you can look at here, XRP is well positioned. It doesn't mean that we're guaranteed XRP continues to move to the upside. We'll see what the asset class does as a whole. Maybe Bitcoin tanks further and maybe XRP gets dragged down with it. That does happen at times. But this most recent collapse, if you want to call it that, it moved to the downside if you want to be more mild. XRP hasn't been behaving. It's not in that way. It's been moving to the upside. So it'll be interesting to see, because eventually XRP gets priced so low compared to everything else that savvy investors recognize the disparity and they take advantage of it. They pounce on it. That's what happens. That's why, if you're wondering, why is it the case that XRP looks so dismal and then it pops? Like, what's the logic behind it? Well, it's people behaving how they behave in markets, and this happens with other coins too. But eventually, the smart investors who will buy when things look dismal, they notice the disparity. And then there are copycats, and more people follow, and more people follow. And then there's a big green candle, and then all the idiot lemming retail speculators are like, oh, it's green! And then they just throw their money, take my money! Because they're damn fools. But again, the right way to do this is to have exposure before that moment. Here's a post from chart analyst Nick, Crypto Crusader. Just took a look at the XRP BTC pair, and I really don't think this space is ready for what's coming. So many are ignoring XRP simply because of the price action in the last cycle, but this will soon be a big mistake. Okay, that, I believe, is spot on. It's only impossible for XRP to hit a new all-time high until it happens, and then it was obvious to everyone. That's pretty much how this stuff goes. So how high is it going to go? Well, somebody named Crypto Pete responded to Nick and said, I don't expect outperformance, but it can do a 10x. I mean, I'm not going to make a price prediction. That's like 10x is certainly conservative and plausible. But are we saying that's the height of the move? That would be shocking to me. If we're going to have a proper alt season, we're not going to have some sort of black swan event tear us all down. 10x? Whew. That's it. That's not even a twofold increase from the all-time high from over 6 years ago. That sounds insane to me. Only a 2x? And yeah, I mean, I've acknowledged I'll start selling, you know, perhaps a little bit, maybe 5%, 6%, even before $5, because that would be more or less enough to get what I initially invested back at that price level, because my average buying price for XRP is about 25 cents. So yeah, I'll be scaling out. I mean, I made, like I've said before many times, I'll just repeat it real quickly in case you're new to the channel. I put in way more money than most people would think is reasonable in XRP specifically so that I could sell at a lower price. So my exit prices used to be much higher, but then as I continued to purchase more, I was dollar cost averaging in for literally years on end, I think close to 3 years. And then I made some larger purchases at the end, and then I stopped. I was like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Otherwise, I got a problem. And so as I bought more, the price level that I was willing to sell at kept coming down. So I was taking on more risk up front so that I could de-risk sooner when the bull run happens. That's the logic behind it. It doesn't mean that I only think it could go to $5 or $6 or $7 or $8. I don't know where it's going to go, and this isn't a prediction. I'd not be surprised to see it go way higher than that this market cycle. And we'll find out together. I don't know. But Nick responded to him, and he said, 10x is safe for sure. I am expecting to see 20x plus. And so you're talking about from the current price level over $10, which, you know, I don't know if it's going to happen, but that still sounds reasonable, plausible, conservative, if anything. That's not some sort of wild increase. I mean, some people are calling for ETH to hit, you know, $14,000, $15,000, and so at that market cap, XRP would be at about a third of that at that level of $10. I don't think we're asking for too much. I know the market can do it. With that much money sloshing around throughout the market, yes. If we get to that point where Bitcoin goes that high and it gets to over $100,000 and ETH gets to, you know, $14,000, $15,000, if it does, yeah, the idea of XRP then just sitting on the sidelines, completely absurd. Completely laughably absurd. Here's the XRP BTC chart. This is just on the 1 month, and you can see yesterday, massive move to the upside. There's been a little bit of a pullback, but it's been trending up since April 13th. It's up massively from that point. It doesn't go up in a straight line, so the pullback, that's not something that concerns me in and of itself. Hopefully this is the bottom. If not, though, there will be one. Eventually the market finds a bottom. Smart, you know, savvy investors recognize the disparity in terms of amount of money that's been put in XRP versus the entire market and Bitcoin specifically, and the market corrects. XRP is undervalued at this point compared to the rest of the market. That's what I believe. There's this from chart analyst E-Grade Crypto. XRP market cap, the third kaboom. Let's dive into the monthly time frame and observe how price action interacts with the 21 EMA. The XRP price has been dancing around the 21 EMA for quite some time, forming several shy monthly candles. But when the kaboom, or God candle, occurs, it's a game changer. I firmly believe that we are on the brink of the third kaboom. I like that word. It's fun to say, kaboom! XRP Army, stay steady. We need to stay steady because the big move is just around the corner. And I do believe that. I believe we'll see exactly. I don't know if it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next quarter, whatever it is. But this is based on what we're seeing by tons of metrics. Look at the charts. This is the moment in time where XRP does go. So I share the sentiment. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. I don't know exactly what it will look like. I don't know exactly how high XRP is going to go. But I have my convictions, and directionally, I believe what I believe, much higher. New all-time high in price discovery. Headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP price outperforms crypto markets as open interest holds at $540 million. If you've been paying attention to this channel, and if you've been paying attention to the reputable chart analysts out there, for instance, the Blockchain Backer, I've highlighted it the last 2 days. He shared the post 2 days ago where he was noting, what he did is he priced the entire crypto market against XRP, and so the entire crypto market against XRP is at an all-time high, basically. The only time it's been this high was one other point in history, 2017, before the first major rally in the first part of 2017. That was it. That was the only other time in history. And we're there now in a bull market. And so here, now what have we been seeing, especially over the last day? XRP, again, outperforms. Piece reads as follows. XRP price stalled at 51 cents on May 2nd, 2024, and despite wobbling with the market over the past month, derivatives traders are showing remarkable resilience. XRP price suffered volatile swings in April as it recorded a 24% decline for the month. But remarkably, a closer look at the recent market activity suggests that XRP has outperformed Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the broader crypto market in the last 10 days. Since April 23rd, XRP has declined 10.1% according to the market data depicted above. Meanwhile, the total crypto market, the total crypto cap chart, which tracks the market capitalization of all listed crypto assets, shows a decline of 13.3% during the same 10-day time frame between April 23rd and May 2nd. This essentially indicates that XRP has outperformed the overall crypto markets by a 3% margin in the recent week. So I just wanted to highlight this to say, expect more of this moving forward. This market cycle, XRP is going to put the performance of Bitcoin and other top coins to shame. Because there's way less money in XRP right now. A lot of people are not sufficiently appreciating it. A lot of people have a real incorrect attitude on this, and that's going to be proven by the end of this market cycle. But it's going to explode. It's going to melt faces. That is my conviction. Don't technically know for sure. I don't. But I'm on the record as saying this, and you can laugh at me if I'm wrong. Go ahead. I think I'm right. I have that level of conviction, and we're going to find out together. But new all-time high in price discovery. I think it's in the cards. And we've been seeing over the last day extreme resilience. A little outside the norm, right? I think that's fair to say. So is this the actual bottom? I mean, we already found the bottom against the USD 2 years ago, just about. Is this the bottom against Bitcoin on April 13th? Is that it? If not, we're super close regardless. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.